decided on a...
Build the wall.
No, we haven't talked about it. Build a wall. We should build a
We've
wall.
been shooting the shit for the past
Well, we are alive.
We did build a wall made out of wood.
Wasn't enough.
We need a bigger wall.
No,
Okay,
I thought we used
without
that pyramid
so
to do
many
that.
doors.
Without a what?
Without so many doors.
See, what you need to do is you need to build a wall and have the goblins pay for it.
But that doesn't work.
Wow.
I like that. Well, we do need a better
slaves.
trade deal.
Yeah.
These goblins are good at digging holes in tunnels.
Yeah.
Hey, we do need a better trade deal.
Was it Warden Cape? Where are we on this map?
Brawl.
Oh,
Or all. Or New Cap.
well, this is Bugbear Country. These are just assorted goblin tribes. Okay.
And they are united under the Goblin King here. So, for a recap, you
Get Bugbear's
Group
little
A
goblins.
last week took a couple week little vacation cruise down towards Antarctica. Or Everice, as it is called in Everon.
Actually, I was thinking more of let's sit right down and hear Red Tail. Let's take a big boat trip.
So they work their way down to the South Pole and they find
The South
a boat offloading a bunch of people from our world who were captured. And so they sneak up and find a village that is completely abandoned and trapped. And no sign of the people there. They find a hidden cave entrance. They are attacked by mages. Things don't go very good, but they manage to blow up the cave behind them and escape. And then, as they are trying to leave, 5 mages combine together to cast a spell much higher level than they could cast individually.
Captain Planet?
And they are eventually, those mages are defeated, and as they die, or as they lose concentration, they are consumed by the spell and left as desiccated corpses. They recover the spell books from these mages and find basically in the back a kind of combined spell similar to what you saw with the Karsus' avatar spell that you found in your world. This is a means they found of casting higher level spells than they normally would be able to, and it just basically costs them life force or whatnot.
Prisoners with jobs.
Yeah. So, on their way back from this, they stumble upon a large group of people splashing around in the water with no boat coming to pick them up.
Derby.
And I said run over them, but they didn't listen to me.
They float on
Run
over
over
and
them?
recover these people who were hospitalized in a specialized hospital in China, suffering from a nasty flu. So they pick
I
them
lived.
up.
Whatever.
Bad eaters.
They pick them up.
So we've done as much healing as we could while
We have
curing
to touch it.
disease.
Like, you don't have to cure everybody because some
just the
people will
worst.
recover, but the worst of the worst
the
are
worst.
healing. So, as we go into this, Jeff, what is your cure disease spell?
It's part of my celestial healing.
But you also have a spell.
Yes. And I could use... I can do 11 a day.
Yeah.
Because I can cannibalize with my sorcery
Yeah.
spell slots.
But what I'm saying is,
I can
as
do
we
restoration.
we go into the adventure today, all of those spell slots are used.
Okay.
You have used all of the basically spell slots of that and above to do the healing.
Well, I blew off everything.
Yeah, exactly. You're
You
blowing
blew
off all
your
healing.
load.
Blew it all off.
You'll still have first level spells, second level spells because those are
I cannibalize
Under.
them.
you cannibalize them. Okay, so you have cantrips,
Yep.
basically.
Unless we sleep.
See, that's nice. I just
But
No, something's gonna happen soon. Okay, we're gonna go rest and
Well,
something's
but-
gonna
but
happen.
use it all.
But as it is that he's doing this, and if he rests, that's more people he can heal when he wakes up.
So every 8 hours, I could do it. Take an 8-hour rest.
Just tell the
Do it
whiny
again.
bitches to fuck off. The whiny bitches.
Well, I did speak to you.
So really, it's
The
22 a
morning.
day.
Yeah.
Technically, I spoke to you this morning.
Yes.
So Mary Lee's can heal how many a day? She'd be a little higher, right?
Not quite as much
No.
because she doesn't have the sorcerer spell
Oh,
point things to do. But
Yeah.
We just figure out a cure. Then we can sell it and make lots of money.
well, you do have a cure. It's called magic. It's a great-
Yeah,
it's a
I
great
mean an
system.
actual here. Stick this up your butt and
Yeah.
you'll be fine. Because
Yeah, so
all,
what I was
all
doing
cures
was-
should be suppository.
I can do 6 using the celestial healing,
just to make sure.
and then
you're
I just
sure it's not
cannibalize
getting
spell
cured.
slots.
So yeah, with your sorcerer, you can combine spell slots or whatever to
Yeah.
bump them up.
You can
just slide
spend
them back
points to
and
get more spell slots and all that. Yeah.
What?
I was just saying for my cantrips.
You only have a couple.
You only
It's,
have one.
Message,
Right there.
Okay,
message
that's
of
it.
that.
Rest it- Okay.
Smuffin
What
can
message?
Oh,
good.
message. Okay.
I didn't have a card for message for some
No,
reason.
that's
I couldn't
okay.
find a card
Yeah.
for message, so.
Good old Smuffins can purify food and drink as a ritual, so you can
Yeah.
sit there and purify everything, make sure it's
Yeah, and
good.
they just have good good drinks.
That's why he makes good food.
Yeah.
Smuffin makes good food.
Yeah. So, and
So
we
that
did roll
the
to
boat
see-
came when? The boat came.
It would have been yesterday.
Okay, so I would have had to. I would have had
Yesterday.
to kill a spell slot to memorize the restoration to. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Lesser restoration is a 2nd level spell,
Yeah.
and then I just burned off everything to.
Kyle,
Yeah,
your,
yeah.
your wife's being mean.
Huh?
Your wife's being mean.
What's she doing?
She bought fumble tails for you.
What did she say?
She said, "Smush Kyle's little bar help."
No!
Smiley face.
Not Smuffins! Don't kill Smuffins!
I understand. I think he loves Smuffins more than he loves you. So, I'll help you out.
What?
I mean,
What?
I will be fair.
Smuffins!
Negatives for you, buddy.
Is that your wife?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what's her name on Twitch?
Blood Rain Buddy.
Blood
Okay.
Rain Bunny.
Okay, now I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I've
She
seen
would
her.
came, but right now she's dealing with being sick, being pregnant, and tired all the time.
Aw.
That's no fun.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's basically, it's the next morning after this. Jeff healed as many people as he could and went to sleep, and healed as many people as he could when he woke back up. We did roll to see if the quarantine worked. It did not, so it is spread to the town. So it's not just the boat.
Who
How's
failed
it
that
going?
roll?
I'm going to have you roll a medicine check, Travis.
I think it's a 10. Let me double check. $11.
11. Alright, so,
What are we rolling for?
I
He's
was
doing
having
medicine
Travis
check.
roll a medicine check, and it
Okay,
seems
I've got that too.
you can tell they're getting sick.
Come again?
You can tell that the goblins are infected, but you can't seem to devise more than that.
Pick.
But some of them are getting sick. That's obvious enough with 11.
Can I try the medicine check too?
Yeah, if you want.
Aren't they expendable though?
Yeah.
Well, they're friendly goblins here.
23.
Oh, I can give it a friendly
23?
goblins.
With a 23, you notice that goblins seem to be getting it worse than.
Works
normal.
better.
Uh-oh.
Send over some Ookie mouth.
Chemo.
You know, remember that South Park episode when they wanted to get everybody to get
Oh,
chicken pox?
chicken
and
pox.
stuff? So you spit in his mouth and he can spit in your mouth. Play Ookie mouth. And then they went and got the herpes from the streetwalker to give to their parents for getting them back.
Yeah.
Okay. Spell slots.
So we need to play
taken care of.
Ookie mouth over with the Goblin King.
So consensus.
Consensus is goblins get it faster.
So goblins get it faster.
And worse. It
And
seems to have a
worse.
higher mortality rate amongst
So
the
if we
goblins.
send this over to the capital or whatever the Goblin King stronghold,
Okay, I'm gonna, so
Do you realize how it spreads though?
in game, has Travis told everyone what's going on, or we're gonna have a?
He's told you,
Okay, we're gonna have a meeting.
and he's
Sit
told
down.
Mary Lee's,
Okay,
He
we'll
came
have a
to the
sit down.
tavern.
and he did give you a heads up, but not a full heads
Okay.
up.
So
You have wandered into the tavern of this town
Okay.
as a new person.
we'll go to the tavern and have a sit down
A not very good looking high elf is hanging
No,
out.
I'm not.
Hey.
and discuss our options.
It's Smuffins
that
making chili.
homely, she's only like one off an hour.
With regular beans.
So who negotiated
Not
the
wicked
original
hot high elf.
contract?
No.
Normally
Trying
they're
to-
wicked hot.
I kind of experienced by
She's like a
non-combining.
7.
She like
I'm
followed
like-
the ugly stick.
person.
Yeah.
Exactly.
She's like a 6 or a
I'm
7.
a big
Out
disappointment
of
to
10
the
versus-
high elf.
Oh yeah, like
community.
your big sister is definitely a 12.
Like they think that mom probably slept with an orc or something.
Yeah. It's like, again, you're not bad by human standards. You're pretty average.
Average. Okay.
You know, by high elf standards, you're like the friggin' ugly kid that
Like-
they
I'm
like.
so
Like-
stay away.
like-
They
Oh.
would tie
No.
They
tie
burned
stake
my
around
hair
your
in high
face,
school.
tie
and-
stake around your neck so that the werewolves would play with you.
Aw, fuck, that's pretty bad. Jesus.
So the werewolves will play with you.
It's like the dog won't play with the kid. Just tie peanut
Hey,
butter
by
on
the
his
way, I
neck.
can talk in hybrid transfer room.
So I've never been to this town before.
No, you've wandered into this town, and you see.
But
You
nice
might want to
bar.
wander out with town, a whole bunch of plague people dying all over the place. I'm just gonna turn around. The whole Abe Simpson thing where he walks
I
through
don't
the
know,
door,
would I
turns
notice
around,
that
walks
just
back out.
wandering in?
You
Like,
would have
when-
noticed that there's like people coughing and people like
Sick.
the
There's a really
clerics are
cool
running
table in
around
the
and-
middle of the room. It says "Eat beans."
Yeah, I know it says do
Don't eat
not
the
eat
beans.
beans.
We have a magic table that makes food.
Don't eat the beans.
Don't eat the beans.
Don't eat the beans.
Don't ever eat the beans.
Because you either get a magic item, you'll get a monster to fight, or it'll grow a pyramid out of your ass and you'll die.
Or it's just beans.
Or it's just
Or it's
beans.
just beans. Very delicious.
But you never know.
So yeah, I wander in. I'm kind of just checking things out.
Checking
getting
things
the lay of
out?
Land, right?
Yep.
Looking for exits and
Yeah.
other things.
Do it.
and-
Do it.
Fuck!
Chicken
You
around.
want to take out
Yeah.
the Goblin King? Grab a bag of beans, fly overhead, and hold you upside down, and just start chewing. Spit everything out right on top.
Yeah,
of
but
him.
what if you spit out a whole bunch of wands of wonder and a whole bunch of different magic?
Eventually, a pyramid's gonna fall down and take out all of that shit, so you don't have to worry about it.
I'll say, hey, look, they get all these magical items and we're screwed.
It's like freaking.
Okay,
napalm.
so we're gonna sit down in the tavern and we're gonna lay out
a little chat.
exactly what's happening.
How many
Travis is
people in
gonna
the
give us
tavern?
the spiel of
Uh,
what
there's a lot
exactly
of
what the
people. It's
letter
very busy.
said.
Back?
Yeah, this is a town that is built for about 400,
Okay.
and there's about 5,000 people who live in it.
In
Yeah.
the town.
Yeah,
But
it's,
We're
it's-
stressed for
busy.
resources.
Oh yeah,
It's-
it's
Yeah, we're stretched.
It's a
little
busy
bit.
tavern.
yeah. This is what
The only
this is
person that's not in the tavern is our mayor.
yeah.
So I'm just basically get close to the bar and I've got an ear out for hearing
Yeah.
what's going on in the place.
And you're looking around for 'cause you're hunting, you know, mages,
People that I
and
might know.
whatnot, and trying to figure out slavery.
Yeah.
Fought Goliaths.
Which
Yeah.
is
That was some farming stuff. Some little.
You're into
fields.
big.
So there's like a big old refugee camp.
Oh, it got bigger.
Fuck
Big
off!
old
I got a
refugee
charisma
camp.
of 12.
Big old refugee
Better
camp
than your
with the
9.
rest
She
of
thinks I'm a
town.
god.
The tavern's gonna have to.
Temporary
I'm gonna have to
hospitals.
expand my tavern
And a
here.
willy of 3.
Piles in, a little tavern just packed full of people.
Yeah, that's how that
You're a
works.
Goliath with
Good
a.
thing I have an
with
orc bouncer.
Teeny, weeny, weeny.
Yeah.
There's an orc
Penis
bouncer in the
complex.
bar.
That's why I kicked the
Okay.
shit out of
With
it.
self-esteem
You looked
issues.
at my willy.
Like just so we know, like,
Self-esteem
get along with
issues.
orcs, you get along with some goblins.
Yeah.
Small dicks. And
Okay.
I would know who he is because I've heard. I guess they're a rare race, the Goliaths, or are they in
Yeah,
this
well,
world?
they're still relatively rare. Yeah.
Okay, so it'd be like he'd be a unique, like somebody who'd catch my eye in a bar because he
Yeah.
wouldn't be
He's a
necessarily.
little taller than the rest.
Not necessarily that I think he's good looking or anything. It's just like some.
Oh,
big old
whatever.
Okay.
Guys.
When you go into the bar, you see this little 2-foot kobold making chili.
people making chili.
So
Okay, I don't want any of that.
So
'cause
we
I don't
have-
eat the beans.
We have issues.
Regular beans. Or hamster beans.
Yeah.
For
I'm
him.
the shifty shapeshifter that nobody tried.
Okay.
Quite.
No, I just
What do you mean
never will.
quite? Fuck
No,
out.
I just
No,
never
no,
will.
no.
By just
No.
looking at you, would
you
I?
wouldn't.
Uh,
I
So,
used to be a goblin, but I'm actually a shapeshifter.
Okay.
so you guys have seen. Well, we'll tell you the letter, what it says. So we know that we've had a pretty crappy deal here. We have all these refugees, and the Goblin King wants 1,500 able-bodied. Slavery is outlawed in Corvair. We're not in regular Corvair, but
do we have 1,500 goblins?
no, he wants 1,500 of what we got, what we rescued.
Do we have 1,500 goblins?
No,
Oh.
You think?
You have
300 I thought was after the battle with the bug
Yeah.
guys.
How would we put down 300
We lost.
sick goblin deposit?
Well, teams with the Goblin.
Well, that's the part of that whole thing that I didn't get to finish telling you because of whatever. But
Oh, yes.
after we
Sean has
finished,
information.
after we finished beating the shit out of the guys at the beginning of the cave, and then the guys are coming from the cave and we blew their asses up. we ran like little girls. Like we had to run like little girls. Anyway, in the
Run like a
process
little
of
girl.
running away, I forget who the hell actually did that. I think it was Erica. Used one of her abilities to find out if we should stay or not. And she basically got a premonition that there was like 1,000 mages on that island.
Oh, that's the little pirate half elf. Yes.
Yes. So we fought 6 and almost got our asses handed to us, and there's 1,000 of them on that island, and they're the bad guys. They're the guys that we
300
fought.
goblins in town.
She basically found like one of the main camps.
We kind of
They overjumped.
That's
They
going
jumped.
after the
We went for the
mages.
boss
Yeah,
round
okay.
right out of the gate.
Do I have
But we
any
know the
idea,
bugbears don't
like,
like
what
the
it
goblins.
like,
Is there any way to
prizes
deal with the
for-
bugbears to...
Well, there's
Well,
basically
and
a
not
main
just
group of
not
adventurers,
just so.
and you would
You
be
know
able to
that the
find out if
house-
you ask people, they would
Travis.
they kinda run the
So what's
So I'm gonna ask the bartender if he's heard anything about the.
you know the house? What's
Okay.
what was the house that originally hired?
Oh, Lansford?
Sorry,
Lansford?
I just saw the pop-up.
Huh?
Somebody did kill muffin.
Oh yeah, no, we
That
saw
was the
that.
wife, yeah.
It's a long time ago.
I saw the pop-up kill muffin. I was what?
Yeah, no,
House Niander.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
just
no, that's
gonna
the
listen at
No,
first,
but the
She knows
original.
how much Alex muffins.
We'll get you in there.
So what
No,
happened was
sorry.
Sear.
You're talking about the house that's involved with the slave trade?
Well, what happened with Sear
It's
was
hard sometimes. Lots of three different
was,
conversations happen at once. Happens all the time.
this is their
Just tell me to shut up when I
territory.
need to shut
Yeah.
up.
So the goblins were hired to as an army. So the goblins used to own the whole continent, but their own savagery
Kick the shit out of themselves.
they devolved into just savage tribes.
Stupidity.
So then when humans came, they just kind of took everything over. Now, during the war, this whole territory was part of, basically the country what's left of the country before the morning. Now,
Okay.
they had hired the hobgoblins to be a proxy army, and they just went, "Pfft, we're taking over." And that's what happened.
Okay.
The hobgoblin,
Okay.
what was his name, Harkoon or whatever, he just banded everyone together. So they screwed over the houses that had originally paid them.
Which is how kinetic.
Lahesh Haruk Sharakor.
So
Hey,
he's gobbled together all these
Gesundheit.
tribes to take over their own, to take this as their homeland again. But,
It's not their homeland.
well, it is.
The whole
thousands-
continent's
The
their
whole
home.
continent is, but they devolved into savages and these tribes that were fighting.
And a little different thing from our version of Eberron versus the book version of Eberron is these goblins are from your world originally, from the thriving
yeah.
metropolis of Kapuskasing.
Ah,
So they're old school, their own colonial.
they're French goblins.
Oh yeah.
No, but they're their own colonial usurpers. So they're not technically. It's not really their land. It's really whoever's the most powerful.
Yeah.
So,
Which is going to be us.
so we have the hobgoblins and the bugbears in the south who aren't part of the government from the king. There's houses who don't like them because he screwed them over.
can we get some help from the houses in the main city?
Well, there's a possibility.
Maybe. But we talked about this earlier too. So your idea of the bugbears, yes. Obviously, we can do the whole here. Have some blankets to keep warm and kill off half of them with the disease. So it's possible that we could actually whittle them down. But if we're going to go that route, we can't just do it openly
The
because then it's a fight.
population, just for the
we need to kinda
population
sneak
of the
this shit
capital
in.
city is 800,000 people.
Yeah,
So,
but
whatever.
so is the population of Wuhan.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. So,
So take 800,000 people, half of
But
them are
usually
useless.
college
Yeah.
society-
And half of them are highly susceptible.
Yeah, to
but usually Goblin Society, whoever kills the king becomes the king.
Okay.
That's usually how Goblin
yeah,
Society
but as long as
goes.
they're goblins.
So there's a kingdom here.
We got a makeshift
You want him
goblin.
as king?
Yes.
So we land here, I believe.
True.
This is the kingdom that the goblin stole, the warship stole it from.
Well, they stole it was
they stole Darko.
yeah, we
Sire.
stole it was originally it was Sire
One
that,
that's
originally
It was originally Sire.
it was originally Sire.
the Mornland. The Mornland was Sire.
So when Sire was totally destroyed,
Yeah.
that chunk the goblins just said because their capital was gone, their rulers were gone, so the goblins just said, "Bleh, we're taking it now. We're taking this. This is ours."
They took
But they
advantage
were a defensive force. The other countries said, "Let's make." When they made their big treaty, said instead of fighting them, let's just make a treaty. Even though we know that they're not in their own land,
Yeah.
that let's just make a treaty and call it a day.
Call it quits.
Because honestly, they don't give a crap. It's not our country.
Well, the other kingdom are wary of a goblin.
Obsidian?
Because-
Nobody will hire goblin mercenaries anymore. They'll hire bands. No one will hire a mercenary army anymore because they're gonna screw you.
You're gonna turn on them at the end. Okay.
So
And basically, when the morning happened, everybody was at war. Once the morning happened, because nobody knows for sure what caused the morning, everybody's scared that they're going to do it to
they
themselves.
signed a truce.
So they're like, you know what? We're not going to fight anymore because we might be heading that same direction and we might blow ourselves up. So until they know what caused the morning, there is a truce.
So my take is right off the bat, we have all these people, and I can't remember what the timeline is. I mean, there's a timeline of what he wants. We need to delay. Give us some time.
I don't have a timeline.
But I mean, it's not going to be months or years.
No, it's soon.
So I agree with what you had said. Is go. We send a delegation to the city.
We'll find out the detail. What are they?
Find out a timeline and let them know. Like
We're dealing
with a plague.
Yeah.
We're dealing with a plague.
But-
Does he really want these people?
but
And
here's
then other stuff. Well,
Yeah, but goblins are usually greedy. If you can't get the people that want something else, that's the problem.
Yes.
but here's the thing.
Now, if you guys have any ideas, I'm.
Well, right out of the gate, I still think we should do the whole poison blanket thing.
I think
No matter what we end up doing in the end, screw it. Let's just whittle down that
on
800,000
a
to-
tactical sense,
a little genocide never hurt nobody.
Well,
Well,
on
you
a-
do know
on
it
a-
affects goblins more.
yeah.
on a tactical sense, disrupting. If they're caring more about,
Economics
Something
and all that,
else?
Yeah.
and then we spread out and find allies, and whether it's bugbears to the south, whether it's anyone from Breland, whether it's the population from the Sire refugee, like the ruling house is in. I don't know if it's in Thrain or is it in
Which house are you looking for?
where the ruling where the
Capital of the...
the kings from Sire set up house in. I'm not sure if it was Thrain or
I wonder if we,
somewhere down there. Anyways, that maybe they would.
if you talk about disrupting them, I know goblins are greed. If we get changing knows where the bank is, maybe we could steal, do a little bank robbery and disrupt their economics.
I'm thinking if they're now.
You know, it's not killing them, but if we get stealthily in and steal like most of the gold, everything else, then to be
But if suddenly the Goblin King is in a position of weakness,
yeah.
he's not going to be. Yeah, he won't be so
It won't
inclined.
be aggressive.
But it was somebody with knowledge to the city and to the king.
Yes.
But you got to
So
consider. you're
Travis
talking about
has to make a
stealing their-
decision to follow his celestial calling or follow his king.
Well, the thing,
No pressure.
because in goblin society, usually they thrive on the money and all that.
Greed.
So greed.
It
So
is
if we-
Freeland, eh?
Yeah.
If we somehow steal most of the coinage, they'll be in crisis mode because they don't have any leverage with gold and all that.
New Sire. New Sire.
And then with that newfound
Yeah,
gold,
there's,
we
a
could
good-
we could get allies into the thing.
In the
So we go all stealthy and go bank heisting.
There are 5 clans right now. The war chief is barely holding them together because the goblins want war. They're the only one wanting war, as far as we know. The other kingdoms are afraid of a goblin, but because the war chief is saying, we're keeping the peace, we're keeping the peace. What if you could do something to disrupt that illusion?
Throw a whole bunch of gold at them. Goblin gold.
well,
Redirect the war chief.
I think Travis has the right idea.
Yeah.
That we disrupting will
Try to
give
figure
us
out-
time.
Yeah.
And even if it gives us enough time to
Depends
follow,
how you want to disrupt them and all that. That's the problem.
That's the ethical part that
Yes. It's how do you actually want to disrupt the whole thing?
That paladins
idea.
shouldn't be involved in?
You just go away.
The silver flame should not be kind of.
No. Well, on one hand,
But then goblins are evil bastards. So fuck that shit.
I don't feel bad.
They're
in that,
You just don't feel good.
no, if anyone wants to volunteer to be
Indentured.
no.
Be a prisoner without
Prisoner with wages.
job. Prisoner with jobs with no pay.
Live
We could
in-
ask that. Honestly, is that really
Live in plague infested
Voluntarily
New
go into
Cap or go
slavery?
to
A
capital city?
martyr for the cause.
Oh, for a job for the mayor too is we got
And
all
bards
these
will
people.
sing
Some
of
in
are
the
gonna
end,
be
though?
great.
Honestly,
Much chili?
if you
Have you
think
cooked
in the
me
end that
profile?
the Goblin King is going to
Not much.
He
Say-
said this morning.
yeah,
busy.
thanks for the 1,500.
It's
I
so
don't want
boring.
any more.
Still in the morning. Smuffins is only 2
Yeah.
feet
Like,
tall.
in
He
the
only
end-
cooks so much.
So I'm technically not part of the group yet. I'm just listening in.
No, but in the end, do you
Sure.
think the Goblin King was going to stop at
Give me
1,500?
a
No.
perception check.
Goblins are
D20,
greedy.
the big dice.
Oh, freaking right.
You bastards.
12
Plus perception.
plus.
Plus, your perception is pretty high.
I was thinking
Yeah.
on that gallication
Hold on.
to the capital.
Wrote it down
We'll
in
bring
your
them into
perception.
Shelley. I have trades.
Plus
I
7,
have
and
traders
it's
that are coming
marked
to
off.
me
It's
that need
like-
to buy
Yeah,
more
plus
food.
What's the
More.
chili gonna do?
Plus 7.
You're
So
just making
19.
chili because it's the
19?
soup of the day.
God, you imagine.
You can kind
being
of gather
different
what they're
from the
talking
table.
about.
You just make
You hear
regular
the word
chili.
slavery,
Oh, wow.
Smuffins are chili.
legitimate jobs.
Enjoy
Without
the-
pay.
And
I know what you mean, like make some
Yeah.
special chili that you
No,
yeah,
but I mean,
beans.
send
Yeah.
send an infected
Give
delegation
me
Yeah.
a stealth.
to the market.
In effect,
The other thing we need to do, we
Yeah.
talked about this earlier, but the other thing we need to do is, of all these yahoos that we yanked out of the ocean, some of them are going to be awakened. Some of them are
Yes.
going to be on our side.
22.
And we should start building a defense force.
Okay.
True.
Sneaking up.
Well, again,
you can
that's
lead a military troop.
and that's part of things that we've talked about. Like I talked to my own church and asked for because
Yeah, more
Silver
people.
Flame
Fortification guards
is
and all that.
is really big on archers.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked for help, martial help, that even supplies, and we'll train a defense force. Train a defense force.
That's a good idea too to have a so we
You
don't
can
get another
you can
raid
get a
on
shipment
town.
of bows and whatnot from the church.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, you never
But
know
then
when the
train-
bugbears
train-
come back.
Yeah.
Train a defense force, an organized defense, and we're gonna get rid of some of the damn doors on this
Yeah,
freaking
well,
village.
I hear them say archer or whatever, and I
Are we
just
doing
kind of
a treat?
insinuate myself in the group. With
Oh,
my
she's
I can do
an
that.
archer.
long
So-
hair.
Arcane
So,
archer.
the four of you, give me a perception check.
I don't need to. I made a character.
He did that years ago.
18.
18,
Holy shit, 20, but not natural.
22.
22.
Unnatural 20.
9 for 20? 18.
I got a natural 19.
18. So the three of you don't notice this, except Kyle kind of gets a glimpse of this elf who's kind of creeping closer and closer to your group.
Kind of homely looking.
Yeah, she's
Homely
Again,
looking
only
elf.
looking for an elf.
Yeah, so that's why I might get.
Still super
Hang on.
hot for
It's a
normal.
27, sorry.
Ugly
Perception's
ass elf.
27, not 23. 27.
So you notice her sneaking up.
Starts playing. Welcome, friend. How can I help you today?
Oh my
Just make it obvious we notice you coming in. Just blatantly obvious.
Pickup line.
fuck, I hope not.
You must be tired because you've been running through my mind all night.
Just to make it obvious you have been noticed.
Yeah. You know you have no chance with a normal hot elf. You think you have a chance.
You put the U in STD.
So like I'm really socially awkward, right? I have low charisma, right? So
Your
like,
charisma's not that
Well,
low.
no.
It's one. It's,
Whatever.
It's one less than normal.
Okay. Anyways,
Yeah.
what?
You got a bit of a lisp or
Yeah.
something. Fuck.
Speech
Oh, she got negative Christmas.
No,
Oh.
not a negative. She's got 9.
9 charisma, so it's not even a negative. It's just
No, well, she gets a
just
negative
like
1 to her rolls.
You're
Yes.
plain.
So
Or mask.
I
Okay.
guess I
You're like
was
the-
just listening
I
in,
think
and
the
I hear that
Carowites
you
of
might be
fucking
going to help
society.
some enslaved people.
We're fighting not to be enslaved ourselves.
We're
Once
standing on the
again,
side of
you're a
righteousness.
prisoner with a job without pay.
Stand on the side of righteousness, and we're here to protect our village.
I'm just saying-
Are you
And drink
willing
beers.
to help us? We have need of many skills.
I'm interested in taking down slavers.
Wow.
Well, goblins are the ultimate slavers.
What skills do you have that can help us?
Well, I mean,
She's pretty wicked with a bow.
my skill is my bow.
The church looks
She can
highly
tie a
upon
mean
those
present.
who are skilled with the bow. We'd be welcome.
I have some experience going after people who've enslaved, freed some,
We'd be welcome with the party.
All right.
We have a lot of work to do.
Well,
We have people to train with bow,
Mm-hmm.
which I'm sure you could probably help. And we have a lot of planning to do for quite an endeavor, apparently.
So the way things work here is on your off time, because it's between your 2-week session.
As the bard
your
just
character
magically
still
outshadows
continues to
forms
do
of
stuff
hand
in town,
crossbow.
just not
I got
like
one.
adventure stuff.
Yeah.
So
Hexblade
something your
warrior.
character
Got
can
my own bow.
do is join up at the church
I
and
have to
train
go that
archers.
way.
Oh,
because
yeah.
Right.
Bard luck.
Right.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
And you need to
Yeah.
be a distance
Between adventures.
tracker. You need
Yeah.
to be distance
And I can
damage
do
healer.
things like
Alright,
running the
so you
roof
create-
lines
well,
and
it's got
checking out
crossbow master
security
too,
and
so
the
Yeah.
good
now he
places
creates his
for
own
defense,
crossbow
that
and-
kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my character's the one that cut down trees and bring them in when I might get
He's got a
him
sawmill.
pointed in.
and-
So I know that
Then
he's the
Eric
big
Stomach plays
oaf-looking
Smuffins
guy,
and
Yeah.
Bard at the
So
same time.
no, because like I'm
So we
like,
get two
he's
characters.
obviously standing out as a
So we
got
lion in a
Smuffins.
bar full of short people, and then
Yeah.
Who's got
This
a
is-
pistol?
This is me.
Okay, that's
Gotcha.
you. Okay.
He's a human paladin.
Okay.
Boring.
My little-
I'm the
Basically-
boring,
Come on, character.
straight lace, stick up the butt.
And you're you're
Half elf,
Well, half
half
elf, Bard.
Okay.
Half-elf bard and a changeling who currently looks like a goblin.
In a Hawaiian
But he,
shirt.
in a Hawaiian shirt and orange
It's
bike
funny.
pants.
And
Orange
Bard
bike
has a
shorts.
crossbow.
And this
It's
Like
Smuffins.
world has friends.
Smuffins has a
In this
pistol,
world,
an automatic
goblins
pistol.
can
That's
be
his
good.
weapon.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
He's an artificer. He uses firearms. He's got a
Yeah,
little
got food
pistol.
poisoning from him.
Gotta do it.
Oh yeah. He breathes fire. He creates bonfires.
Okay. Plans.
Well, the other thing too is how much of that pyramid is left in the middle of town.
There
Why
is
not?
none of the pyramids left.
But we've
Where
built like
did it
a
all
ton
go?
of buildings.
You built a ton
Building?
of shit. Yeah.
Hospital, a
So
church,
actually,
sawmill.
honest to God, we need to get somebody
those
on the
yours?
Beam Brigade to spit out another
Oh,
pyramid
thank you.
so that we
That
can
would've
use it
been
to
very,
build
very
the
bad
town.
to
yeah,
It was
nobody
underneath the
wants to
chair.
deal with the mummy lord
Yeah, you know what
inside.
comes with a pyramid?
That would have been very bad to me.
A bad
Wah.
thing comes with it.
No, he's like a CR stupid
Yeah, and you beat him the first time.
with
Because you had grenades.
32 grenades in one shot.
I think infiltration of the city might be good reconnaissance information.
Wah.
And we had some bait. Okay, it was Travis.
You know, since it's
Let
the
Travis go in and
stupidity
die
of putting
first.
a portable hole in
The
yeah.
mummy lord.
Yeah, I think all we have left is the out of character. All we have left is the D4. I have no idea what happened to that.
Yeah.
It's gone.
That was gone.
You blew up with the pocket
well,
dimension. You exploded.
It's pretty well all the explosives and weapons are gone
They're
at this
gone.
point.
Yeah.
He had his gunpowder
Yes.
that he blew off last week. So that's basically it.
But I killed some damn.
Smuffins has a
wizards,
pistol.
Yeah. But he has a steampunk pistol.
Yes, he has this
Automatic
world.
pistol.
This
This world's
world
pistol.
weapons.
Yes.
There are
Yeah.
no other world weapons,
Automatic
unless
steam
any
pistol.
of the other refugees. Now we haven't really done an accounting of the refugees. Now we know that some of them are altered.
They all fell in the
Well,
water.
they're
So you think they're
and
actually
they're in the
Hold on.
hospital, so I doubt they have
If they're
anything.
Chinese, they're not going to be armed with a gun. If they're Australian, then you can't.
Dude, they're
Well,
badass
a lot of the
monks.
Australians
There's
were
less
actually
guns
orcs.
in Australia than there are
They're
in China.
badass monks.
There's like no guns in Australia.
The Australians were at a rugby game and would not have been allowed weapons.
But they don't have.
Yeah,
But they got beer.
But they get together and they can do one of those.
They
What they
got
do
beer.
have,
But they brought
They
beer.
Put them in a line, letting them do their
oh, they get the hackers.
Oh,
Hakas,
zero,
sorry,
zero.
yeah.
Australia did that whole buyback the gun thing.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So there's no guns over
You're
there.
talking about these
That'd be
people
Eric halfway
like
through
you
the
have
thing.
control over
Bring on
their
the
will.
Aussies.
Are these people that you're trying to protect? Are they agreeable to you making decisions?
Well,
for
we
them?
we haven't actually
We haven't
talked
really
to
talked
the
to them,
refugees.
but
They're
basically it comes
really
down to
we're
if they want to
feeding them.
eat.
Yeah.
they need
We're
to do
kind of
something.
the leadership of the town.
So in the town, we actually set up an encampment for them. They
Yeah.
have tents. We're
feeding them.
stripping the town to feed them right now.
Yeah.
But they're in the middle of
Nowhere.
Nowhere.
A world
The
they
fuck
have
nowhere.
and a world they have no idea what's going
and
on.
not all of them are human.
no.
But can't you see if there's any in there that have some honor in them that might want to do something? For
Well,
the
that's what I
cause?
was just getting to that.
We're
We
getting
we
to
have
this.
recruited a bunch who are now doctors and nurses and clergy.
Yeah.
Some
So
are
we have
smiths,
bolstered
builders.
part of the town with whatever skilled labor we could pull out of it.
Unfortunately, you lost about 5 level 2 clerics last night. Or 5 level 2 characters. They didn't do so well.
How about the Aussie rugby players?
Oh, in your game. Oh. So part of
At the library?
Yeah.
So Eric gave me the library. What he did was he brought up a lot of the characters that we've pulled up from the ship. So that's how he fed them into the system with.
You guys were.
We had clerics and so they did.
So last night, you guys were a little bit too busy dealing with the influx of the sick people, and at the same time, a person who was out hunting came back completely mauled and ripped apart. So you said we don't have time
Sean,
for this.
what were you doing?
You don't have time. We don't have time for this, so you sent out 5 level 2 characters who were then attacked by some werewolves and
You
did big
TPK'd
bad.
them on their first night. You sick bastard!
I didn't
God.
TPK them.
Give him a
I
chance.
TPK'd them. No.
You sick. God.
4 of the
Welcome to my game. Boom.
4 of the characters are still alive. They're just not useful to you anymore.
God.
They're warm and fuzzy.
How about a fisherman and farmers?
You have a bunch of commoners.
We can lycanthrope the whole town
I
and
mean-
go werewolf army.
Yeah, I know. I already mentioned that.
Yeah, I mean,
We could actually turn some.
Yeah.
Oh, I
That
did-
would
Just
save the
starting
sick
to.
people.
Farms don't just
I
pop
had
up in 2
thought of
weeks.
that, but
No, I don't know if that cures
How
you.
long
No,
has the
that-
farm been up for?
Doesn't cure
About
No, but if you go werewolf, then
they're still
No,
they're
they're
still
still
dying
sick.
of disease.
Hunter
but there'll be a werewolf.
But they're still dying of disease.
Yeah,
you. It'll
but
be a
still
dead werewolf. That's
So there'll be a diseased dead werewolf
But they would be a fighting machine.
till they die.
Now, the one thing we can do, you want to spread this sickness, we run into that goblin hole, go werewolf in the middle of a bar or something. Don't bite anybody, but hack and slash them a bit and then run out.
Infect the claws.
I think easily enough to just go with a delegation and
Yeah.
Party it up
go mingle.
Am I bringing any children with you?
and rub up against people.
Yeah.
Well, I think
might as well
okay.
infiltrate
Well, I
the
think what we should
city
do right now
starting,
is first off,
Like
Might
a
be the
lot of
best thing.
forks and spoons
First
on the
off
table.
is that we send Travis in with a delegation. Now,
Yeah.
I don't know if we want to send who wants to go with them or someone's going to have to go with them.
I can't.
Well, I can scout things out.
Well, we're going into
Wait,
the city.
have
We're
you
going to the
been
city,
there
it's
before?
not a
Have
city.
you-
No,
no,
no.
it's a city.
She is actually very good in the city. She's from a city.
Oh, okay.
She's
I'm a city.
Now, what do you think of that? If you go with her and we send a delegation and the rest of the delegation goes as a trade delegation, we'll all go as traders
Yeah, that would work.
and you speak to the Goblin King.
Or we go.
Or your contact.
Now we have to move around. 'cause
If
we
he
can't-
could, no, but if
The
they
letter
go
dated
to
from
the
the king.
contact and
Eh?
then we go
The
around the
letter dated
marketplace to
required
gather
from the
information while he's
No, I'm
distracted
gonna
with
end up
all
before the
them,
king.
maybe we can do
Well,
something in the marketplace
they
and
can
get
know
it
who I am.
around.
No. But here's the thing. You can be
Last
totally
famous
honest
last
with
words.
them.
Split the
Just
party.
be totally honest with them and say, at this point,
Yeah.
we're dealing with a plague.
Yeah, but we know how he's going to react.
We don't.
Well, I don't know how he's going to
We
I
react.
don't
mean,
know
it's
how
not a
he's
killer
gonna
team, but we know he's not going to be happy.
But what do you do with the plague? Like, honestly, what do you do with the plague?
Put it this way, come and get your gold. It's in the middle of the plague.
Yeah,
sure he's not
I
done
mean, what do you do? Now, in that time frame, I don't want to say bad things could happen, but bad things could happen.
So they can go talk to the king. And
I think it
then
would
us
be
can
very
go around.
But are we doing
Paladin
are we
like
doing
to
some-
infect a whole town with city of 800,000 with plague, but
Shit happens.
You can find something.
if the guy who happens to come with me
Happens
happens to be
have-
sick and we go hang out in the market,
Yeah.
I'm typhoid Mary.
What?
One of the chants, because I'm a healing power, I'm typhoid Mary.
Typhoid Mary.
Typhoid Mary?
But I can keep myself looking healthy. Oh, wait. I can keep myself looking healthy every time, right?
Yeah, you can
You
look
look
whatever
anything you
want.
want.
yeah.
I can keep myself looking healthy.
You can make yourself theoretically sick and go in sick.
I mean, if I get
Right.
fit, I can keep myself looking healthy.
You could actually go meet the king looking healthy and just
Lick
keep using your staff. Oh god, that's kind of funny. And use your healing staff to keep your energy up, but you're technically sick as a dog.
Whole new term to stroking the staff.
Are you sick or
Yeah, he's
I'm
sick.
exposed. I don't know if I'm sick yet.
So you go and looking healthy, and as you're talking to the king, you start to look really sick.
No. You
No,
just make
no, I
him
don't wanna
sick
die.
and walk
Just
away.
go and talk to everyone in the
Including the
court
king.
and touch as many people as
All
I'm
over the
so
door.
sorry.
Sneeze, hand door handles. Sneeze, door handles.
We're not talking to territory.
You
Oh.
go into the
I
banquet room
potentially
first,
see
lick all
a
the forks and
Drago
knives.
scenario here.
Sleep with the Goblin King's
Okay,
mistresses.
Eric, I want to find a refuge.
Sleep with the Goblin
I need to
King.
change
Fuck
clothes.
it.
I need
Use
I
a
wanna
change,
find a
like, you can
refuge
go
that
chick,
looks
you can go
nice,
Goblin
who's already
chick.
been picked.
Okay.
I forgot to look and give him
Well, why
my-
wouldn't you go in as yourself though? If the
Yeah.
Goblin King knows
You don't want any deception
you're an
with
agent,
it.
you don't want to be deceptive with them. You want to go in as yourself.
Changing guy can go in as a hot goblin and bang the king.
Yeah, but
That'll get him sick.
yeah.
I never thought of that.
Sorry, I went to a dark place. But anyway, I say you take one for the
Now you're,
team,
now
buddy.
you're suggesting pimping out of Travis.
Oh, I have no problem with that whatsoever.
Throne lap dance.
Yeah, I think I like that. That's a good one.
A throne lap dance.
Pimp out Travis.
Take one for the team.
Take one for the team. Bring Vaseline, buddy.
We also got the spell of radiant sickness. We can make people
We'll
sick.
do you
too.
one. We'll do you one solid. We'll make sure we find some
Okay, if
flavored KY or
I'm
something.
going like myself, I mean,
Well, if you're going to talk to your contact and all that, you kind of want to go yourself. So
Right.
that's
You wanna
like all
go-
deceptionists.
You don't want to be deceptive.
Yeah.
And on you could be totally honest and just say, "Look, it, sire, there's a plague."
Sire.
Yeah,
Oh.
there's a plague.
right, you know,
I-
if
I-
I infect the king and he survived, I'm
Who
number
gives
one.
a shit? Because the king's gonna kiss up to everybody,
And you
everybody's gonna
can
kiss up to
say,
the king, and they're gonna spread
I
the
will.
plague.
I will abide by your plans. You could say that.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that we have to.
Okay,
You
in
could say,
character, do
I
you guys
will-
know what I'm doing here?
We're busy in the
we're in the
marketplace.
tavern
You're
talking
in the
this
tavern
out.
talking this
Yeah.
out.
Okay,
So you could
I
you could
meanwhile
say
also
this.
Without
trying to see if
spies
anybody else
listening in
is
on us.
listening to, getting a feel for what's going on. Is there anybody? You know what I mean? I just met these guys, but I'm just like. who
Give
else
me
is in here?
a insight check.
do you want to keep the plague confined within the
17
Goblin Kingdom,
plus
or do you want to
four.
spread it a little bit?
So 21.
21.
21? That seems like most people are just busy.
Here's the
Okay.
problem: is that once it's in the kingdom, it's
Going
going to be
around.
everywhere. Coronavirus.
I mean, all we have to do is get you one of each point.
That's easy.
But there is a difference between it slowly matriculating and spreading versus bombarding a city with it, where everybody
Yeah.
gets sick.
Are
They
there-
can't help
approach
each
not gonna
other. You know, it's sort
Are
of.
there any
no, I don't
patrols?
know. I don't know how does the city set up. I don't really know how the city's set up because most cities have.
I think
Tiers.
Tiered. Yeah.
So typically markets go with the tiers too. So you have a tier for the lower wards who are
The homeless. The
Dirt
homeless.
dirt urchins, and then as you
Four farthings for a lump of shit.
yeah, as you move
Or
up,
to trade market, and then
so
they-
the higher level markets would be infecting a higher level personnel.
there's a trade market. You know, all the
Would-
traders and
yeah.
Caribbean.
You're going
That
to
was-
infect the surface
if we-
area.
Yeah,
the
but you
surface
gotta
will go
know
bad.
the trade market's going to take this other places, and we're kind of targeting the city. Do we really want to spread it all over the whole
Not
damn
we kind of
countryside?
want to target the king and all that.
Caribbean.
That's what I mean.
I think it's
But we wanna
brilliant.
keep it
I
here.
think it's brilliant if he's infected, but doesn't look infected,
True.
Yeah.
which would be awesome.
You
Because
can
you're
somehow
gonna
make a
talk to
real-
every
That can
soldier,
keep me alive and keep me looking healthy.
yeah, and then I'll just
And I
cure
have
you,
my own magic.
and I'll just cure you.
Muffins can whip up, if you throw up in a batch of chili, we can whip up some infected chili to put in for a meal.
You're talking about.
I mean, there's no
going into the
guarantee
city
that
and
this is going to
infecting
work
it.
on the king, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm sure he
Is
has
there-
his own
are there
clerics
any
that will come in and do
patrols
it.
out
Well,
there?
sorry, not the
But-
city itself. Sorry, we're trying to
That
infect
takes
the
time,
king.
That takes
And
time,
his
and
court.
there's
So are there
only
any
so many
patrols outside
soldiers.
of the
And if you're
town
infecting
that
the
you
royal
infect
court
them
soldiers,
with some roundabout way, and then
Yeah.
you have them run
if
in?
you're infecting
'cause you're
soldiers
talking
in
about
his
800,000,
keep,
So think of
But
Sudbury.
because you're going to have to go through how many
Actually, no,
doorways,
Sudbury's
guarded
only
doorways, and
150,000
everything. And if you
people.
spend a little bit
800,000
of time at every
So
doorway
you're
going,
talking
"Hey, how you going?"
Hamilton.
But we even find like
You're
the
gonna
barracks
have
or something,
state
or like the
patrol,
mess
so
hall
you'll
that all the
anywhere
soldiers
specific
eat at,
in
and
Hamilton?
somehow
And
Like, you wouldn't be able to control it on that
another,
level.
and that's what I was thinking. Barracks,
But he can actually get
mess
to the
halls.
king.
The barrack, there's always a barrack.
He's
Every
the king
city
who's
that has a
butt
wall
bummed.
and gate Like always the barrack. Like
Yeah, and if you could,
I
If
think
Muffin's coming along, he can make
if we could change,
give
so
a
we
bad
get into
batch
the
of
kitchens and infect the
infect them
cooks
all
and stuff
with
and
when you
handle
go for
the food and
mealtime.
things.
we could make
On his
he's-
way to the
he's,
king.
he's the
food.
king's buddy.
I know, but
You know,
You
go to the
walk
mess
right up
hall
to the
when all the
king.
soldiers
in
have
the
to come eat.
meantime, he's talking
It's just
to
big
them,
old
it's
slop
already
on plate.
spreading.
Oh yeah. Well, that part we can just walk in and do all our
Oh,
trading.
take home and
You know what I mean?
don't match beans.
okay,
No.
I think that's.
No,
I think that's a good course of action.
Yeah, you sit there in the mess hall, those Muffins go sneaks in the round bowl of chili.
But you know, he's sneaking around though. That's
Just
kind
go
of.
through town, there's people who sell clothes.
Well, kind of just go through and all and try and.
But
It's like-
I think infected chili, having an infected chili stand in the market kind of works.
Armor or
You can sell
Just
it.
regular clothes.
Sell it.
Regular
Make,
clothes.
make
Yeah,
chili
that's
on
what I
it.
do.
Infect. Like
we
Sean
can do
was
that.
saying, and we were talking earlier about, you know, like the British did with the smallpox blankets.
Yeah, just set up a little.
We just start the whole same idea.
Are we bringing chili with us? Yes or
We
no?
can do a fake cook-off contest and everybody come test it out for free.
We want Smuffins to set up a stall, so
Muffins will set up a song.
Well, you know what? You can't. Well, I guess it. would
He's an
fit you.
alchemist.
Never
No,
mind.
I mean,
in the market, not.
No, I'm
In
worried
the-
about is being pinpointed as the carriers, and then all of a sudden, well, I gotta go burn that down to the ground.
Oh no, we're gonna be out today. We're not hanging.
And this is like a little
What?
card thing.
Where's the
Muffins
thing?
is an alchemist.
Oh, I just
He's
figured.
an artificer alchemist, so he can combine stuff together like nothing.
I'm just saying, if
the
we want
fuck-
to
I
eat
care
at
about
the
this character,
soldiers
so it's
at the
like-
gate to eat the magic big chili.
The idea isn't to to outright kill him.
No, I don't have
It's
it.
It's
to
to
wipe 'em
disrupt
out a
the
little
city.
Give him a little bit of a whack.
Distract them.
Well, yeah, if his
I
kingdom
have it,
is,
but I don't have it
is
active.
Plague.
fighting a plague, so the plague's not going to take. You know, it's going to run its course over a couple of weeks, and this is the whole point of
Okay,
delaying him wanting to come to the town.
You got people.
Because if we can delay him a couple of weeks, well, then the plague will have taken his toll in his city. In the meantime, if we spread out from there and go to the trading cities, the cities around, and contact those houses and say, hey, they got the plague, and they're vulnerable.
Which will
How-
the war chief and all that will take that
How
advantage,
does,
like
how
their
does that
vulnerability.
cascade out?
Yeah.
So stop trade, because no one will want to go there. And then will that make anyone start thinking about,
Wiping out the plague.
he's vulnerable, including the bugbears to the south of us. He's vulnerable.
And the goblin.
We could start a whole little civil war all around us. Dargoon could be thrown into a civil war that we'll just we'll just sit back and watch the fireworks.
So when we leave the Goblin
Well, over
King, we
here.
go to a city and we say the Goblin King.
So we're gonna
sending
go
some
from-
infected people your
so
way.
we'll go with the
contacts with
delegation,
other major
and then
towns
we'll
and all
go
that to the
from
houses, so we got sending stones.
the
that
capital
send
in this
messages to
whatever it
different
is,
cities.
Rakan.
You don't even have to go that far. You
Draw.
just say, well, it seems that the goblins from the capital.
And we'll
are
just go to the
spreading a
next.
plague.
Yeah.
Where was the house from? The house beneath? Is it?
How can I?
Yeah.
Did
Well, we
you
got
even
sending
have-
stones too that we send messages
They
to the
have somebody
houses
there.
and
They
everything.
actually have an enclave in there.
Okay, so we could actually go to that. Go to the enclave.
Prestidigitation. Can you read that?
You know what though? But it wouldn't work
The glasses are on your head.
because if we just spread the
Yeah, for
infection.
distance,
Yeah.
not for reading.
Which is why maybe he goes to them so we don't infect them.
See, this is where we kind of circle and do as many people like our DM
So
suggested
we
earlier.
want to infect.
we look
Yeah.
for allies outside of.
I think
our
that's the
area.
best course of action and all that. And if they want
No,
us to eat the
honestly,
food
you
with them and all that,
evil
Muffins can
guy.
purify it, no problem.
What was that?
Were you expecting?
He can purify whatever food he wants.
I knew it was a very good possibility.
Make sure to take that spell. If he's a cook,
No, no.
he purifies food and
I'm
man.
like, they're going to commit a genocide tonight.
I was thinking, right?
Oh well. Expected to go in another
And
one.
honestly, you know what? The church has like a face that's like this, but there's splinter groups that think sometimes.
Now, who says all
What,
the
a
guns
church
are
and
gonna
a
die, though?
genocide? That's never happened
I
before.
know. I don't know where that comes from.
No, but who says they're gonna die, though?
Baba.
Far as everybody is concerned, I'm the only one that came up with it. Physically. I'm the one who did it. You guys didn't know about it. Physically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are you dressing up like a
Blame the
hoochie mama?
changeling.
So you meet this nice group of people. And immediately
They're
they
trying
start
to
talking
kill off
about
half the world.
genocide.
Yeah.
No, we're not getting killed then.
No, I call it tactical disruption.
We're just gonna disrupt them.
Original plan.
Look, I
was
know
when-
this guy's not a good guy though. I'm from the
Oh, yeah.
I'm from the thing. So he
You
and
would
he's
be.
wanting slaves.
You would have originally, as a high elf, you would have likely been from Valinor.
Yeah.
You're from the other side of the track.
Dargoon is basically most powerful rules all. Goblins used to have within their clans. They still have very strict codes. Maut is one of them where honor and duty is their two big things. Honor and duty, but it's honor. It's duty to the clan. It's all about the clan. The clan. They don't give a crap about anybody else.
So in my
It's all
search
about their families.
for my enslaved people,
all
whatever, is
about
there
that
any
base,
tie
about
that
that
I've
base.
come up with
No
potentially
worries.
to this Goblin King and his people?
It would
Might be some.
You would have probably seen that during the morning, when the morning was happening, that when these goblins kind of broke off, they took people and from towns that they could on their way by and forced them into servitude.
Okay.
Recruited aggressively for their military and support staff.
Like the Ottomans.
Yeah.
Yeah, aggressive recruiting.
Like slavery was outlawed 100 years ago in Corvair. Like
Yeah.
a long time ago, slavery was just
And
outlawed.
And now we have a resurgence in
You're-
it.
yeah, that-
So now we
yeah.
have
Well, we have a dick
Goblin
who's trying
King
to do
who's
everything.
You have
decided
access
that
to one with
And I'm
the
seeing a
race.
whole bunch of people in this town that don't look like they're from my world either, right? Like
How
the
long?
same
Yeah.
Chinese
Yeah.
and Australians and whatever. I wouldn't know
well,
what they
there's
are.
orcs. There's
Well, they're just
Just-
humans, and you know what
How
humans
long
look
have we
like,
got?
but they
By
have
airship.
funny accents.
From here to
yeah.
Some of them are drinking,
Okay.
playing rugby, and yelling oi all over the place.
There's a rugby game going every day.
There's definitely
Okay,
like a rugby
the day
school
walk
that's
to the
walking
capital.
Some
that.
chick running
So we
around
can
and
affect
dingo ate
one
my
cow
baby.
on the way to the capital.
Oh, there are dingoes eating babies all
Well,
over.
I
It's
think-
a
yeah.
serious problem.
I think we do a rest, a long rest, and we allow Smuffins to maybe make some chili.
I thought we were going to hold off on that one.
Well, if you want, in the market, we're not going to try to infect anyone. He just wants to sell chili. What the hell? I think I do like the Uki mouth flasks. Because
think
we
the
can
Uki
poison
mouth-
water supplies with Uki mouth.
The Uki mouth attack will go down in infamy.
So they could dump in out. We're going to try to time.
So we're going to go around, find all the sick people, and have them spit into
Spit in a
flasks.
jar.
Spit in a jar. And basically, it's our biological weapons. We're going to use
Just
biological
gonna dump it
weapons.
in the well.
How sad
Yeah,
is
oh
that?
Remember,
What's
you are the good guys.
I know! That's why I said, I shouldn't be involved in this.
All you gotta be. It's the only way we can pull off the Uki mouth maneuver.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Character here.
I'm going to hell.
Out of character here. I came up with the plan that you guys are doing this morning, and I talked to him, and we were not going to tell you guys we were going to,
We're going
we were
against
going
all
to do this
Geneva
without
Convention
telling you.
rules
And you
here.
guys
Oh,
did.
yeah.
Like, do it.
Oh, yes, the Geneva
Yeah,
Convention.
it was really kind of, Travis, do I tell these guys? I said, you know what, just keep it to yourself for now. And
We'll come up with it all by ourselves.
yes,
Trust me.
and that's what I said. They're all going to throw it in anyway. So when everyone throws it in,
I say
Okay.
the Uki mouth defense is a goal.
These goblin clans or whatever, is there any one particular clan that doesn't like this king the most?
they're
Mostly the bugbears to the south.
yes,
Bugbears?
Yeah.
yes.
So we couldn't start.
So
a rumor
I
that the
think what-
bugbears
I think
that
our-
are sending a plague their way.
I think
Bugbears
our best tactic is to go in, talk to the Golden King, try and see a timeline for when he wants these. Travis can be all nice. See how long it takes, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever. But in the meantime, after we leave, then we go visit down south, the neighbors, the houses. At that time, there should be chaos within the capital. Give them a week, give them 2 weeks, there'll be chaos.
Absolute chaos.
So I think then you start talking to everyone else, and we band together as many allies, especially to the south. Would be. We know now that there's a ton of mages to the south
Oh yeah.
that could really affect those unless they're all working.
Well, see,
for
they're
them.
they're to the very south though.
No,
they're
but
to
I'm
the-
saying that would be a threat to the bugbears south of us if.
Yeah.
Because they're clandestine. Some of them are working for them. Pirates are working
They have
for
a
them.
port.
Yes, they do.
Yes.
Can we send?
So
can we
Wyvern
send
Watch
ghost
is a
ship
big
to them?
pirate.
Can we send a ghost ship to them with maybe a corpse on there, and they think that there is money or something? They get on, and that helps to spread it.
Well, we want the bugbears to the south to be our friends.
Well, no, I'm talking about. Ghost
Unfortunately,
ships
we had a
to the
little
Goblin King.
bad
No, the Goblin King.
adventure with them.
Sean, how do you feel about bugbears?
Or fuck, we would kill. Well, I'm already going to eat their children. So don't worry.
Yeah. We had a little adventure. We went on a little 3-day
Are you
tour.
talking about
Oh, yeah.
actually building a
That didn't
ghost
work
ship
well.
and crash it into the capital with corpse tumbling?
Well, is their capital?
Where is their capital?
Is the Ghost King? He's inward, so he
he's
can't get there by boat. In other words.
No, there's
No,
little.
no.
You get little boats in, but
Okay.
We got an airship.
We have
As in-
airships.
I was
If
just
they have
gonna-
airships.
You just
Okay.
Everyone's got
you
airships.
are on the right path of like the best way to do it is just basically to go up to the king and kiss his ring and
Yeah. Whoa. Yeah.
That's Travis's job.
And Uki mouth the wells.
Uki Moat the wells, or as many within the keep. The barracks.
Slide your tongue
The
between
well at the
knuckles, you know what I
barracks.
mean? Make it.
Yeah.
Uki Moat the well at the barracks. Uki Moat the well
Yeah,
at
we
the
don't want
keep.
the civilians. We just want like the military personnel and all that. We don't want to kill all civilians.
Okay, I agree with that.
Go find a whorehouse in the Goblin King's area.
The great
infect a
Uki
couple of
Moat
the
offense.
women.
That's what I mean. Like, don't
Watch
go out
it
the
all
civilians.
unfold.
More go to the military
Win-win.
barracks and
You
military
get a
wards
couple
Okay.
and all that.
chicks.
That way it's not matched yet. It's disrupting
evil.
his army and all that. Because the civilians are just working because he's got the most
So for
gold.
starters, I'm going to send out people.
Yeah, we can send some skinks.
Well, no, I'm going to send out the clerics and people from the hospital to start collecting Uki Mouth.
Oh, what?
I'm just letting you know I'm not going anywhere near that. Like
Okay,
that's
you don't have
gross.
Don't worry.
I don't want to get sick.
Okay,
And cure disease.
we need to fly to send to the capital.
so he was sick.
Yeah,
He
but
was
I'm
cured.
cured.
So he'll be
now has
immune.
immunity to it.
Yes.
Hey, why does my wife want to kill Smuffin so much? She messaged me, kill Smuffin.
No! So
Because you said Smuffin's name last time you were romantic with her, and it really got her.
Oh, Smuffins!
Give me those
No,
smuffins.
Oh, I love it. So we're gonna start with Uki Mouth.
Alright,
A long rest, but that we're gonna have to. By the time we collect Uki Mouth, we'll have enough time for a long rest.
yeah.
Prep for. You have to get sick, so I have a little chug of Uki Mouth.
I don't actually have to be. I just have to have the infection on me.
Which means
How
you have
about
to be
going
sick.
to
Have a little chug of Uki Mouth. You got to make sure.
Alright, fine. I go find an infected one. And
Well, no,
I'm
we're gonna
active
collect
and want
Uki
to
Mouth.
kick me.
Eh, well, you just gotta make yourself look good.
You're a changeling.
You're a changeling. You can look like Brad Pitt,
Alright,
not Brad Pitt Noel, who, by the way, is sick.
Oh, okay. You know what? After my long rest, I feel the shame.
You gotta
I
heal
will
Brad Pitt
will
Noel.
cure Brad Pitt Noel because I feel the shame. I will.
Who
I
the
will.
fuck is Brad Pitt Noel?
Brad
Okay,
Noel.
that's the one we were driving, flying over the
Oh
town
yeah, you're
through the
dropping
sandbags.
sandbags on his head.
And he was a gorgeous Noel until he took a sandbag from 100 feet in the air.
You know what is it from Skyrim? I used to be an adventurer until I took an arrow in the knee. I used to be a supermodel until I took a sandbag in the face.
I will definitely cure Brad Pitt Noel.
Do you want to infect the source water?
Hey?
Do you want to fly by the capital, infect the source water, and
No.
then head to the
Well,
capital?
I'm
Don't
sure
want to
there's
do the
a port.
civilians.
No,
We
no, I'm
want
sure
to do
there's
more
a
the
port.
military.
But I think we collect Uki Mouth as much as we can. I don't know how many flasks we would get out of infected people.
Well, so are you.
What? Like all I gotta do is
This is
puke
what we're
in a
doing. We're
bucket.
collecting
Like,
Uki
So are
Mouth.
you?
What's the gestation of this illness? And if you
It-
infect the,
So
is
it seems
infected-
for like humans and elves, it seems to take longer, and you don't get as severe of symptoms. It seems like the goblins are getting it within about 12 hours after exposure, and it hits them real hard.
But then he's probably got a whole city full of clerics ready to go. You're just
No,
not-
no.
No, he doesn't know what's coming.
No, but
You
once
gotta
they
know what's
get
coming. And
sick,
once it's
they're gonna
spread-
be able to potentially
No, they'll be in the same boat as us. It's
Okay.
that we could only cure the most critically,
Sorry, I just thought
and
Yeah, no,
we still
perfect.
lost a
It's
big
perfect.
chunk of the population. You're not going to be able to ramp up that many clerics that fast,
Okay.
and it's going to spread in the population pretty fast. I mean, we are committing genocide.
Just a little bit.
Well, no, we're just going against the military. So
No,
that's
it's
good.
not genocide. It's a tactical, biological attack.
It's an offensive.
Offensive.
It's genocide.
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
actually die, not just get sick.
Yeah.
Because the military guy's just gonna go home to his wife, who happens to be a washerwoman, who's friends with the baker.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Basically.
so it's not really.
I mean, our
genocide.
our plan is to try and
Genocide.
centralize it on the main
Military
keep
area.
in the military area. That poison the well at the
How
barracks.
much
Poison.
gold do we have?
How much gold do you have?
No, I mean the town. How much do you have?
Not much.
How much?
We've been
We've
spending
building
to
stuff.
None
feed.
of it. Yeah.
No, I mean let's go on a shopping spree. Like in fact, the baker. In fact, we go to all the different places. Buy.
No, that's just too demeaning. We're going after the military.
We
sections.
thought of that, but you know what?
No,
Do you want to
that's not so
infect? There's
good.
800,000. Do you infect all the peasants?
It happens.
We're here
I mean, they're gonna get
I
infected
don't know.
anyways.
Do the
but
peasants support his slavery aspirations? Are
I
they
think they
standing
more-
up to
I think
their-
they're probably slavery.
Yeah.
Most of them are just slaves. Goblin culture, all the goblins are slaves to the king.
So I think if we start our
So we're
infection from the top
freedom
down,
We're freedom fighters.
Yes.
we're better off.
Basically, goblins, right? Whoever
Freedom
kills
fighter,
the king becomes the new
terrorist.
king. So everybody
Yeah,
wants to
same
kill the
thing.
king.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same thing,
We'll
different
start
words.
from
Yeah.
the top down.
Yeah.
Depends on who wins
Yeah.
at the
I
end of the.
assume that they're going to demand
Just
some
remember,
food
history is
or
written by the
whatever as
victors.
we
Yes,
enter
so
the
we
game.
need to win.
So if you're gonna do
Well,
evil things, you
I'm
better
saying if
win.
that's come about food, so when they demand, give it to them.
I doubt they'll demand food once you go in. You're just gonna go and talk with them.
Yeah. And if we only send in you and
Say just the two of you.
Right, we see the warship is very paranoid.
no, I don't know how
I'm
they would
not gonna
react
be
to
able
an
to get more than
elephant.
one.
Well,
I'm
it's
not-
an ugly
I don't know
elephant
that I
I'm
anyway.
not
wanna
even
go-
sure I can get you in.
I don't. Well, I could
Just
probably.
rub it in. She's gonna get a complex.
I don't necessarily want to meet with the king though. Like I want to. You know what I mean? Like.
Tries by himself.
I don't see why I can't
But-
get you into the castle. I just don't think
Well,
I can get you in the
I'm-
king.
Or in the
Right
outer
now.
halls. Just stay in the
And
outer halls.
It's a goblin who's
Yeah.
enslaving people. I'm sure they're gonna go, oh, let's just take this high elf and do something with her. I'm not exactly friends with the goblins, right?
No,
I
no,
think.
but
But
I
Travis's
think your
credibility
reasoning for
should
being
get you
there.
in.
Pardon?
We
I
can
think
set
the
up a
reason
stall
for
of
being
uki shots.
I think a reason for being there.
We
They
do
don't want to
shots.
start wars with the elves.
Right.
God.
Okay, we all got this thought out.
No, you can't put it in alcohol. It'll kill it.
No, I'm just saying.
Okay.
"Yeah, it's like a potion.
Oh,
Uki shots.
It'll probably be better than food because they,
Yeah.
stomachs.
I
What's
mean,
that?
water supply, food.
Yeah.
water
You,
supply and
you
air.
might have to dilute it with something so that it's not completely disgusting the first sip they take.
Yeah,
It's called
It's not
an
gonna be like it's not gonna be
Uki
like.
shot.
You want to try this?
It's
We'll make-
snail
we'll have a big-
Oh,
juice.
fuck, this is pretty good.
We'll have a
It's
big
snail juice.
Elven wine.
Yeah, exactly.
big purple Jesus party with
Yeah.
Uki.
Alright.
You can make a big punch.
You dump
Muffins
the
can have a
Uki
nice
mouth
big
in the well and
punch
dilutes quick.
and give out free punch.
Come on, stuff with a little
Uki
2-foot
punch.
cobalt will work perfectly.
There you go.
Smuffins, Uki
Disguise
punch.
yourself as a 5-year-old doing a lemonade stand.
No, we got that covered. He's gonna go as himself.
That is funny. Okay, that would be funny.
Do you see the video of the 9-year-old kid? Beer. 25-cent beer.
By the way, these aren't people from New Cap. They are Kapuskasing people. So the only way you're gonna get them is like a Labatt blue.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. It's gotta be a blue, blue.
Or
line.
50 or 50.
Yeah.
Alright.
An
I
X.
think we got a plan though.
Canadian
I think we got a plan.
We got a plan.
So
Some
we're gonna.
rye.
Is the Uki mouth plan going forward?
Yes.
Would you like some poutine?
We're all gonna go to hell.
The great Uki mouth
Infected
offensive
Uki.
arises.
Wait.
We're all gonna go to
Yeah.
hell.
The
Do we have any
gravy, the
potato?
gravy on
We
the
can put the Uki
poutine.
mouth in the gravy
Yeah,
Yeah,
we have
the
no
potato.
potato.
because the new cap.
Okay,
I get
so
that. We don't have potato. We
So-
can make cheese, but we can't make potato.
we go with the delegation, or we'll all go.
Curds, cheese curds. Can we make cheese curds?
You could if you had a dairy.
We'll all
Oh,
go.
yeah.
Yeah,
There's
there's
a
dairy
potato.
around it.
He'll go
Not
see the
cow
king.
dairy, but there's
We'll go
animals
to the
around,
military
you know.
and kind of.
I don't know what they are, but I know we have that.
Oh yeah, this is from the World Health Organization too. So for cough, sneezes,
Yeah.
droplets,
What animals do we have
saliva,
that provide
discharge
milk?
from the nose.
We either have goat or we
Uki
have
mouth.
cow. I know that.
Uki mouth is a goal.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so first things first is that we're going to see how much Uki mouth we can collect.
Oh, you got plenty. You got as much Uki mouth as you need.
We got Uki mouth.
we flasking it.
We are going to make Uki flasks.
Yeah.
This is just so bad. We're all gonna rot in
The
hell.
alchemist is busy doing
We're all
this.
gonna rot in hell.
I can see an alignment.
Good old
shift
alchemist.
happening
Okay,
for the
this
whole
is only
fucking
this is only
town in
stage
shot.
one. So the
Make
plan
yourself
is
a cook and just cook them a bunch of poutine.
we'll have a long rest. Everyone get prepped. I don't know what Smuffins is doing.
He's making everything, all the floss, everything, because that's
I heard
what he
Smuffins
is.
is
Is he gonna
dodging
make
his
Lucky
wife.
chili or?
Yeah. He's a cook, alchemist,
Making a-
so he's making everything.
Okay, well he's an alchemist, so that he's gonna.
He's an artificial alchemist, so he
I
can
will
do
say,
that.
in the pub, there is enough to make one poutine. You can pull off one poutine if you want. A royal poutine.
A royal poutine to deliver the king.
So
As a
Special
gift to
baby.
the king, like instead of riches and cloaks of which he's got